all of us have a past life before we come into this world.
Not one.
Not one.
You know that then the root causes lie in various past lives. Various, not one.
Wow. All this sounds very interesting. Talk about spirituality and souls and all this. It sounds so woo-woo like. And what's the connection of our past life with us? And you're talking about root cause. What is the connection here?
As a soul and spirit, we have been given a particular purpose, lessons to learn. Before you come into this world, make a contract that you will meet such and such person, such and such soul, will go through such challenges and learning lessons. Once we come into this world, we have this amnesia. We forget the contract we made with the divine.
I don't remember ever signing any contract or so. If a person is addicted to smoking, what do you think is the lesson that this person is expected to learn?
What's an addiction? It's trying to compensate a void, emptiness.
That's right.
Witnessing past life is really a powerful thing because they have seen something beyond their imagination.
Hi everyone, this is Eddy, the quit smoking specialist, and today we have a very special guest, Has. He is the spirituality and holistic therapist, and we are so happy to have you here, Has. Good evening, Has.
Good evening, Eddy. Good evening. Thank you.
And I understand that you also specialize in past life therapy. So, Has, can you explain a bit more about what you do?
Last 25 years, I have been working on spirituality and trying to understand what's going on behind our backs. Okay, what's going on behind our issues?
Right.
What is the original root causes? Okay, I've been trying to understand why we behave in a way we behave. Okay,
right.
Why we suffer. I mean, this has been my journey for the last 25, 30 years. And then I qualified myself as a hypnotherapist and started practicing and came across past life as well. Yeah. So and then I understood that our lives are impacted by various things, including, past life, our spiritual life purpose as well. So there's a lot of link with our spirituality and our purpose of our souls and spirits.
Wow. All this sounds very interesting. Talk about spirituality and souls and all this. It sounds so woo-woo, like what's happening, Has. Tell us your experiences in this.
I don't know if you heard, they say we are spiritual beings having human experience. It is very true.
Right.
Because we are simply, having a temporary experience in our bodies, but we're actually spirits and souls, which is immortal. We are spiritual beings, immortal beings, having human experience. In other words, we are more than our bodies. We are more than this life. The problem now is that people don't realize it. Okay, we are identifying ourselves only with this body, with this ego, and we think that this is the beginning, this is the end of it.
You mean there's more?
There's more, yes, because you see, in my experiences with my clients, if I ask them, let's go back and find the reason of this issue, most of them, they automatically go back to their past lives.
Oh.
The scenes. So you know that then the root causes lie in various past lives, various, not one.
Okay. So this is with the understanding that all of us have a past life before we come into this world.
Not one, not
Not
one.
one.
It could be, 50 lives, it could be 100 lives.
Okay. And what's the connection of our past life with us? And you're talking about root cause. What is the connection here?
The connection is like this. As a soul and spirit,
Mm-hmm.
we have been given a particular purpose, lessons to learn. So to learn those lessons, we come into this world, we incarnate, okay,
Mm.
and we go through our lives. We are meant to be learning the lessons. We are put through challenges and situations and opportunities for us to learn that particular lesson. That is why we see a pattern in people, a particular pattern repeating in people's lives.
Okay. Can you give an
So,
example of a pattern repeating in people's life?
for example, if somebody is not assertive,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Right.
they don't stand up on their own. They are like acting as doormats for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Low self-esteem. They give in other people's demands, for example.
Right.
So what happens in those lives? They keep attracting people who are trying to control them,
Mm-hmm.
manipulate. So therefore the responsibility of the soul, this person, is to learn to be assertive.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And until this individual learns to be assertive, he or she will be attracting same kind of people who are trying to control them.
Really? So in our whole life, if we do not learn the lesson we are meant to learn, we're just going to continue on being in this situation.
Exactly. That's why you see
Mm-hmm.
in people's lives, they repeat same habits,
Right.
same things,
Right.
pretty much same stories.
Right. This is very interesting. So, Hans, let's talk about smoking and addiction to nicotine because I've got so many clients before they come and see me. They tell me, Eddie, I have been smoking for many years and I've been trying to quit. I tried so many methods and I just cannot quit. What is your comment on this, Hans?
See, any issue,
Mm-hmm.
whether it is smoking or addiction or anything, any
Mm-hmm.
issue,
Mm-hmm.
I have identified, five things why we have certain issues, certain problems. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Number one,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual reason and purpose. Number
Mm-hmm.
one.
Right.
Okay. Number two, it's followed by our past life trauma.
Okay.
Then childhood trauma in this life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you see this pattern repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see the resultant programming in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, you got your beliefs that is running your life. So,
Okay.
so this is how it's going to start. If somebody is suffering from an addiction, is smoking, they're not able to quit, they're
Right.
not able to change a particular habit.
Mm-hmm.
These are the steps we need to look at. What's the spiritual reason first? What is the past life trauma? What is the
Mm-hmm.
current life trauma? What is the pattern repeating? What is the resulting program in the brain? And what are the beliefs?
All right. So it's not as simple as, oh, I'm stressed, I need to smoke.
It's not so simple because we have a lot of things going on in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Majority of the times they're linked to our life purpose
Mm-hmm.
or and a soul's purpose journey.
Life purpose and soul purpose. This sounds very deep, Has. How does one find out their life purpose?
That's the difficult part of it.
Right. Yes, that's the $1,000,000 question everyone would love to know.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. That's where the challenge lies for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the challenging bit. That's
Mm-hmm.
where we need help. That's where
Right.
we need,
Mm-hmm.
they will need to see definitely a therapist, a good therapist, who can help you to find out your life purpose, what's going on there, what are the patterns being repeated.
So, in other words, let's just say, for example, a person who's going through their spiritual path, they, I don't know, meditate a lot, they do a lot of spiritual activities. Do they come closer to understanding their life purpose?
Every one of us are meant to understand the life purpose.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They have to take action for it. They have to take responsibility for it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Right.
unless they do something about it,
Mm-hmm.
they keep doing the same mistakes again and again. They will keep doing the same mistake. They will keep meeting the same people in their lives, same souls in their lives,
Mm-hmm.
life after life, life after life.
Life after life, even.
Yes, until you really lesson the lesson you are meant to be learning.
Right. Right. So there is the part where we understand our life purpose, and there's a part where we need to know what is our lesson that we are meant to learn.
Yes,
And if we do not know this, we'll be leading our lives having lots of problems, repeating patterns, and we seem to be stuck and we cannot let it go.
exactly.
So it seems like, Hans, what you're suggesting is unless they come to seek help from a therapist, there seems to be no way out for them.
Yeah, that's the best way to get help. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because unless you are really working hard to understand your the reason for your existence. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of hard work there. I spent 20-25 years trying to understand the meaning of our life.
Right.
Before I understood this, I had all those fears,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fear of dying, fear of what's going to happen after I die, and all these things. But
Right.
once I discovered the past lives, the reason for our purpose, existence,
Mm-hmm.
all my fears have gone. You see, once you understand what's going on, okay,
Right.
what happens is that you know that you have actually, before you come into this world,
Mm-hmm.
make a contract that you will meet such and such person, such and such soul, will
Mm-hmm.
go through such and such challenges
Mm-hmm.
and learning lessons. That's the contract we make before we come into this world.
Right.
Okay? But unfortunately, what happens once we come into this world, we have this amnesia. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
forget we forget the contract we made with the divine. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with the higher consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
we get more identified with our ego, our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
material world, and then we forget our reason of existence and our purpose.
I bet every one of us are facing this now because I don't remember ever signing any contract or so.
Yes, it is. It's if you see and examine our lives,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it so happens you meet so people, okay,
Right.
you meet people in your lives
Mm-hmm.
who can be challenging to you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you examine actually what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Challenging experiences will actually giving you valuable lessons.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Take, for example, any of your experience in your life in the past, okay, 20 years back, 10 years back, you met somebody, you had a difficult time with them, okay? In reality, in hindsight, you will see now that those experiences made you a stronger person today.
Right.
You learned something from them, from those experiences. So you got to change your perspective. And if you examine your life in that way, you will find that all the challenging experiences in your life actually were, opportunities for you to grow as a spirit.
So in other words, I was told that whatever doesn't kill you can make you stronger.
Yeah, that could be, one of the things I'm trying to say.
Right. So Has, can I just tap into your experience here? If a person is addicted to smoking, what do you think is the lesson that this person is expected to learn?
So there are a few things we need to know with regard to the addiction of smoking and all, okay? Again, the reason could be, there are the several reasons, okay? Spiritual reason, okay? Again, past life experience, okay? Childhood trauma, okay? And these contribute to the cause. And coming to the next point is that all this is an addiction, right?
Yes.
What is an addiction? It's trying to compensate a void, emptiness.
That's right.
Yeah, compensation, okay? Trying to fill the void they're feeling in the body, in their minds. So trying to feel complete.
Right.
Okay. So they resort to these substances to feel good about it by trying to fill their void, emptiness.
Right.
Okay. So the reason could be anything. Sometimes the reason could be in the same life. Because if they haven't had their needs met as a child, okay, so they're trying to fill that need, meet that need. For example, if you were not loved as a child,
right,
and your love was met only by a certain way. So I had one client who was smoking. We found that she was, she had a difficult childhood, but only good thing about her was that her grandfather was smoking. Okay. And he loved her so much.
Right.
So she associated smoking with being loved.
Okay. Right.
And so she continued to smoke because she felt loved every time she smoked.
Okay.
She's trying to fill that emptiness with smoking.
Right.
Because she associated smoking with being loved.
All right.
Okay. So the reasons could be different. So this one example where you did not meet your needs, you had this void, emptiness trying to fill the substance. It could be a pattern coming from a past life. Okay. It could be a lesson for you to learn where you got to learn to control your impulses. Okay.
Right.
You learn to control your habits, change your habits. Maybe it's one of your life purpose to learn. Okay. Several things we can find it when we investigate with the client.
Okay. And once we understand that, for example, this smoker is expected to learn how to control their habits and impulses, what can this smoker do to learn how to control the habit or impulses?
Okay. I coined 3 C's for this 3 C's.
Right.
Compassion, connection, completion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So these are the basic things we need to resolve any issue, including smoking. What is that
Okay.
again? Compassion means, okay, having compassion for ourselves, loving ourselves,
Yes, that's very important.
respecting, honoring ourselves, honoring our body.
Yes.
If you honor your body, you're not going to put bad things into your body, right?
That's very true.
Yeah. So
Yes.
compassion. Compassion,
Yes.
without compassion, you cannot survive. It's the
Yes.
basic need of every human being. Okay.
Yes. Right.
Then connection. What is connection? Connection to your own higher self, your purpose, your soul, your spirit.
Wow.
Connection with your own people, loved ones, the world. The need for connection, of course, is a basic need.
Yes.
So
Yes,
they
that's
got
true.
to meet this need as well, the connection, okay, developing connection with yourself and with the self outside, higher super consciousness. Okay.
Right.
Then you have completion. What is completion? Completion is feeling complete within you. Number one, lots of things. Completion means lots of things. Feeling complete within you, and then completing your life purpose, life lessons.
Yes.
Completing your unresolved issues.
Right. Right.
So these three are the basic requirement for the healing. Remember, we want to heal the roots.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Right.
I will give you a metaphor for it. Okay.
Right. Right. We
Like,
love metaphors.
I'm basically my graduation, actually original graduation was on agriculture. Okay.
All right.
So okay. So imagine it's a tree. It's a tree. This tree has a disease. Okay. The
Right.
leaves are drying. The leaves are drying and becoming brown and dying and falling.
Okay.
So what they're doing, not understanding what's the problem, they're spraying chemicals on the leaves, but doesn't make any change. It's not
Yeah.
making any change. So
Right.
if you investigate actually what's the disease, it's called root rot. The
Right.
roots are being attacked by pathogens,
Okay.
and the roots are dying.
Okay.
But you can't see it because it's underground.
Right. Right.
Okay. And because of that, the tree cannot take water in and the leaves are dying.
Yeah, and all we can see is the leaves are dying and they're brown. We just don't know what is happening deep underneath the ground.
Exactly. So in the same way, our issue with regard to your question on smoking and all that, we are trying to do different things externally, okay?
Right.
But the root problem is remaining same, undiscovered.
Exactly.
So we have to go through this process of discovery to find out what is the origins, what is our spiritual origin, what's spiritual purpose, what is our past life traumas, what is childhood traumas, what are the programming in your brain, okay?
Yes,
What is
right.
going on in neural pathways, okay? So all these things we have to look at.
Okay. So typically when I have sessions with my clients, I'm able to find out the root cause as to why they need to smoke, why are they addicted, all these things. And once we understand the root cause, it's actually quite easy. It's very easy, in fact, to help them to fix the addiction. But when it comes to a root cause that has to do with the past life, how do we deal with that?
You see, not every issue is connected to past life.
Right.
Okay. Every issue, perhaps maybe,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because we're all different.
Yes.
We are all going through different journeys. The journey of the soul is different for all of us.
Right.
Okay.
What happens is at the end of the session, how does a client feel after going through okay a regression back to the past life, and they realize that oh it's because such and such things happen in the trauma in the past life, and then you help them with this process? How would they feel in the end? Will they be able to feel like okay, I don't need to smoke anymore, or what happens at the end of the session?
Witnessing past life is really a powerful thing, very, very powerful,
Indeed, indeed it is. Yeah.
because they have seen something beyond their imagination. Okay,
Right.
they have seen their soul journey. Okay,
Mhm.
they understand, they realize that they are more than bodies.
Mhm.
They understand that their spirits are immortal.
Right.
They have completely different perspective now. Okay,
Mhm. Right.
they lose all fears about this material world, because
Mhm.
they know that they are immortal. They
Mhm.
have journey, they're going through
Mhm.
this journey. Okay,
Right. Right.
their whole perspective changes. They feel so much compassion for everything that is around them.
Right.
That is a completely different experience. It's a holistic change in their life.
Wow.
And then they will understand themselves that they have gone through this and this and these things,
Mhm.
and what is happening, that's what is causing them their current issue.
Mhm.
The good news now, this is the good news. The
Okay.
good news now is that the issue that has been going on for so many lives has been now found out, witnessed, discovered, and
Mhm.
resolved,
Right.
so it will not be carried on to the next life.
Wow.
That's the good news. That's the good news.
It is a great news. So in other words, if they do not go through this process of understanding, oh, this happened in the past life, and this, they probably will go on smoking and try and quitting and smoking and all their life. And who knows, in their next life, they probably will be a smoker as well.
Exactly. So the issue keeps going. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The addiction can simply change to a different kind of addiction.
Right.
It can be a different addiction, it could be something else, but the pattern will go on.
Pattern will go on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
So that's the good
okay.
news about witnessing a past life and understanding things, so
Mm-hmm.
that you are resolving, you're releasing those things, stuff. Okay. And you're being freed,
Right.
getting freedom from that, shackles, from that, blocks, from that chains. You're freed
Yes.
and you're liberated.
That is one thing that most of my clients want to be. They want to be free from the addiction. And that's the most powerful feeling for them to be,
Yeah.
to have this freedom. Yeah, Has, it does sound like we just need a session from you. So tell us, Has, how do we contact you for a session?
Yeah, they can contact me through my website, which
Mm-hmm.
is therapy.com. There's a booking form there. They can click on it and send the form, and they can call me on my number, okay,
Mm-hmm.
which is 7932694956. They can also email me if they like. Very simple email: info
Mm-hmm.
at hashtherapy.com.
And do you provide sessions through Zoom or face to face?
Both.
Both, both as well. So if you've got clients from overseas, they can connect with you via Zoom.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's brilliant. Wow, Has, this has been a very, very enlightening interview session. And
Thank you.
I'm sure the people would love to find out more and know more about you, and they will be able to come to your website to get to know you better.
Thank you, Eddie.
Do you have any last words before we end this? interview session, Has?
The last thing, the last advice I would give to everybody is that, look, we have, all of us, we have a meaningful purpose,
Right.
a meaningful goal, meaningful life purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find it. Once you find it and follow it,
Mm-hmm.
everything will fall in place.
Wow. That's very deep. Yes. That is one thing we have to remember. Well, thank you very much, Has, for your time. We really learned so much about how all this affects our life and how we can just, it's as simple as just learning our life purpose.
Because we are spiritual beings,
Right.
and that's it. Once you know that you are a valuable, spiritual being, that's it. Your life
That's it.
is the right
Things
path.
will be just like a walk in the park. Okay, well, thanks a lot for sharing all this with us. I hope that the viewers will enjoy and learn so much from this session. And I wish you all the best, Has.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you to you too. And I
Okay,
wish all the best to your audience too.
great. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Take care.